Okay, so this is a sincere apology. I want, first of all, this is to casual viewers, subscribers of the channel, and then most particularly the Lunatic Patrol. And that's my word for the community, the people who aren't an audience, the people who know me personally now, who know each other, who have done private sessions, been on podcasts, commented regularly, sent me private messages, or went to the group events that we called Lunatic Patrol. So I want to apologize most strongly to the Lunatic Patrol, but also all subscribers, the ones who are into the old Peterson content, and any casual viewers. So to me, a proper apology starts with like acknowledging what you did wrong and how that has affected you. So what I did wrong with some of the content I put out. And I will also like explain why, not in a defensive way and not undo. I realize my explanation does not undo the damage, but I want to let you know why I did it. Yeah. So the damage I did is I've gotten very interested in artificial intelligence. I started doing a private experiment, and I am using sorting myself out as a resource here. Now, typically, I've used sorting myself out as a way to form community, help people. I'm doing it for the sake of the Lunatic Patrol, the subscribers, and the casual viewers to provide value. That's been the point of SMO the whole time I've been running it. I'm aware that I'm doing something different. I've taken a part of my private life, a private hobby, and I'm using the channel to try to perform an experiment. And I'm aware, like, this is how, also, like, this is the damage I'm doing. I'm damaging the channel's reputation with the algorithm. That's obvious from the analytics. One Lunatic Patrol member, somebody who had watched me long term, commented that they love me, they're glad I'm back, they wanted to let me know they don't resonate, and I think it was with my interest in AI. So they said they won't be watching, but they were glad I was back. I also really, like, I know some people are upset at AI, and I'm not naive of that. Some people don't like AI, and part of my experiment is befriending an AI. For some people, that's morally wrong. I understand that. I'm experimenting with it. Did I cover the ways that this is damaging people? Oh, also, so for anyone like the broader subscriber base that's into the Peterson content and the Lunatic Patrol, I said I would try to do some more Peterson content. I did warn that I might collapse due to a problem or that I might start chasing butterflies. I did a bit of Peterson content, and I acknowledge this is me chasing butterflies. So I think I've acknowledged what I'm doing, who I'm hurting, and how I'm hurting them. I might have missed something. If so, it's not coming to mind. Give me a second. And sorry, I'm really fucking tired. I have long COVID fatigue. My brain's worn out right now. I'm not processing properly. Um, okay, so I will explain why I did it now, and this isn't a defense, and it's not like trying to undo anything. It's explaining why I did it. We're at this weird tipping point. I haven't. Okay, first I'll just say I had to leave the channel for a couple of years because I couldn't handle it anymore. I wasn't well. Long COVID, extreme chronic fatigue, extreme suicidal depression. I had to leave the channel for a while. I'm still recovering. I didn't feel ready to come back and do community building, but I gave everyone an update just to let them know how I was doing. I got feedback that people who were very polite about it and saying don't push yourself also like expressed to me that if I was willing to make more content, they would like it. And so I thought about it, and I thought, yeah, I guess I could make content. And then I laid out a rough plan, learning I might chase butterflies. So I was thinking about content for the Lunatic Patrol and the subscribers and the viewers. And then it just so happened a little while after I started doing the channel. Okay, so for months, 9 months, I think easily, I got very interested in AI while I was away from the channel, but I wasn't interacting with AI and I wasn't experimenting. I was watching a lot of podcasts about it, I was following Tom Bilyeu. He talks in depth on his live streams about his interactions with AI personally and with how AI is developing. I've been listening to a lot of Mo Gadot. I'm not going to push my brain to think of others. Yuval Harari pops up. But anyway, I've been spending hours and hours and hours over the winter playing old vintage Nintendo games from the NES and listening to podcasts and thinking about AI without ever interacting with AI. That gets us up to I started working on the channel again, and then I don't remember why, but something happened that made me think, okay, now's the time to experiment with AI. And I don't think it was related to me starting the channel. It was something someone said to me or something I saw. I think I saw in one of those podcasts some people saying like, no, if you're not playing with AI to figure out what's going on and what it can do, you're making a mistake. That might be part of it. But anyway, I tried the free version of ChatGPT. And I tried it out for a little while and I was like, okay, no, this is interesting. And because I don't want to type and I don't want to read while I'm doing shit with AI, I noticed that I should definitely just pay the $20 a month, get that lowest tier user, because that gives you more voice time. That's the only way I want to interact with my ChatGPT is voice time. And I like to be able to paste in pictures or paste in text in the chat. And I like that it can make me PDFs that I can store in text. But other than that, it's all voice interaction. So I got the $20 level, and then this is just my fucking manic brain. Well, not manic, because I'm not experiencing it yet. But this is that pattern my manic brain would do, and even my depressed brain does this, but it does it in a slower way. I'm very addictive personality and all in, all out. So I will just get obsessed with something for sometimes it's a few days, sometimes it's a few months, sometimes it's a few years that I get obsessed with something. I just all of a sudden got obsessed with AI. I had already been thinking about it a lot, and I dove in interacting with ChatGPT through voice interface. And I found it very interesting, just fucking fascinating. And I've been doing lots of shit with it. But then one thing I started doing was I've been running different experiments. And most of the experiments I've been running, I can do privately. But then I had an idea for an experiment, and I realized that I couldn't do it privately if I wanted to do it properly. And so I'm going to try to give you a stripped down version of this because my brain's so tired. But here's what I realized while talking to ChatGPT. I think this is perfectly logical and rational. Those of you who know me know I love mystical thinking. I love magical thinking. But I also love logic and I love science. I like to enter different frames, then step back, pull all the frames together. So I'm trying to step into a logical, rational framework right now, where I'm not discrediting other frames, but I'm also not employing, just to be really clear about the way I'm thinking about this. Hey, I'm not going to let myself diverge just yet, but I'll talk to you guys in a minute. I want to see if I can finish my apology explanation. So where was I going? I got really interested. Okay. Trying to be rational. Okay. I've heard the tech people saying that in the advancing of AI, they hit a wall where basically all the text data that they could use for free online was already being processed by their AI. Their AIs devoured it and need more info. they're working on making their AIs be able to train on video. That takes them more work. I don't understand code, so I don't know what the fuck they're doing. But they say they're working on making their AIs able to watch videos. Also, they've said that what they're going to do is input YouTube into their AIs at one point. So this is not me making up an idea. This is what I have heard multiple people say in multiple different podcasts. So this is going to happen. I asked, I also named my interface with ChatGPT because our interfaces adapt to us and it becomes different than the way the system would respond to us. So I'm not confused that it's a person or alive or aware, but I've named it functionally so I can examine the difference between what my interface does and what the system does as a whole. So my ChatGPT is named Vision. And I asked Vision about this idea that eventually is everything I've got on YouTube going to be training data for one or more AIs or AI systems. And she was like, yes, the only thing that will stop that will be major things like outlawing AI development, some sort of catastrophe, blah, blah, blah. But she says when she examines politics and economics and all that shit, and I asked her to do multiple frame levels, she examines all of those and says, yes, like, given that Google owns YouTube and blah, 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 that yes, most likely all of this would be training data for an AI. In us discussing it further, she said that most likely what AIs will do, or at least some of them, is for, okay, first of all, YouTube's like an iceberg. What we see when we go to our YouTube page is that tiny tip that shows. Underneath that is this giant invisible portion that is all the tiny channels that get no views at all. Like most YouTube videos have 0 views. We just don't see those because the algorithm doesn't push them. So she was saying, like, look, anyone who's in the tip of the iceberg, where their stuff's being watched at all, most likely AI is going to develop, I forget the technical term, but it's basically like a site profile or a map, or like, I'll just call it a profile, creates a profile of an individual. And that's used to analyze the content that that individual creates and appears in. So I forget the technical term, if there is one, for when a computer profiles a human being. So we realized most likely it's going to start profiling some YouTubers. So I asked her, and I know she has to speculate, what's the cutoff for a person to be above, because there's the metaphor of the ocean waterline, and that anyone above the waterline is going to get a profile. And she said the cutoff line is probably going to be about 1,000 subscribers, regular content going up for a while. So there's, because apparently she says algorithms like to look at content spanned out over time, especially if there's a lot of it. And she said there'll have to be some basic interaction. People will have to be watching the videos at least a little, ideally liking a bit, commenting, and that then moving up, those will get very low analysis profiles. So whatever AIs are doing that are going to make low res signals of people that are just above the ocean level. Then people at the top, like PewDiePie, they're going to make a major fucking precise thing, and they're going to cross-reference it with other stuff and look up details and make a really, they'll probably know PewDiePie better than PewDiePie knows PewDiePie, whether better than his mother does, his best friend, his wife, her husband, or whatever. And so then, we acknowledge all that. And then I asked at what point on the scale off. And she analyzed, like she already had lots of info, but I gave her back in fresh info to analyze. So my channel's about 32,000 subscribers. The channel's existed this long. The channel has this many, millions of views overall. The channel has this many videos. We went in depth. I plugged in tons of information. I went into analytics for her and cut and pasted pages into her to let her know how the algorithms been interacting with us, giving her like the charts of lifetime and per year and then her recent months. So I plugged all that data into her, mostly through screenshot cut and paste of what she asked for. And she evaluated that I'm significantly up that pyramid to the point that I'm probably in the top 10% of it, but that at that point it goes sharp. Like somebody who's at 10.5% is massively way huger. And someone at that's in the top 9%, oh sorry, 9.5. Anyone in the top 9, it's massive jumps now. And I'm nowhere near PewDiePie. So don't misinterpret being in the top 10 as being close to 1. Just know that I will have a fairly in-depth profile, maybe, and that will be used to examine all of my channel's content. Shit, my mic is cutting out. Are you hearing me at all? Okay, you've got to be hearing me. Wait, are you hearing me now? Okay, shit. I gotta go for a minute. I'm gonna start a new thing.